Have you ever wondered why you can never ever win an argument or resolve issues with a narcissist, no matter what approach you take? I'm Lise Leblanc, therapist, author, and life coach, and I coach men from all around the world. And over, I hear about these impossible scenarios. So today I'm going to explain 10 toxic communication tactics that narcissistic partners use to make sure that issues in the relationship never get resolved. These tactics can also apply to other types of relationships, and also keep in mind that occasional displays of these types of behaviors doesn't necessarily mean that your partner is a narcissist. If you want to learn more about narcissistic personality disorder, please click on the link above. Number one is they flip things around. So let's say you have a valid concern. Instead of addressing your concern directly, a narcissist will turn the tables to make it seem like you are the problem. So as an example, let's say your girlfriend is spending a lot of money on shopping for clothes, and it's causing financial strain in the relationship. You're concerned about having enough money to pay the bills, so you try to discuss her spending habits and the need for a budget, but she immediately gets defensive and accuses you of trying to control her. She might say something like, "You're always telling me what to do. You're so uptight and controlling." She flips the situation around to make you feel guilty or like the bad guy when you're simply trying to create more financial stability for both of you. Number two is bringing in a completely different issue or bringing in the past. So in this scenario, they would steer the conversation away from the real issue by introducing an unrelated topic to divert your attention away from what's actually being discussed. So anytime a narcissist feels that they are losing ground, they go rogue and they abruptly shift the conversation to focus on something completely unrelated, like criticizing your choice of friends, your habits. And now you're no longer talking about her shopping and her overspending. Now it's about this other thing that has absolutely nothing to do with the concern that you're trying to address. Along the same lines, a narcissist often resorts to dredging up past events or grievances to deflect from current problems. So let's say you bring up concerns about your girlfriend spending a lot of time with a male coworker after hours. And instead of openly discussing this concern, she says something like, "Well, what about 5 years ago when you cheated on your ex-wife with that woman from your swim team? Let's not forget about that." Or in the scenario of overspending, she might say, "Oh, you're complaining about my spending? Remember when you bought that laptop without even consulting me?" Now, you may start to, defend your past actions, even though it was many years ago. Maybe you already apologized, but regardless, now it's no longer about what's happening, but about your past mistakes or previous wrongdoings. So insinuating that you have no right to be upset about anything ever again. Number three is accusing you of not caring or not appreciating them. So let's say you express frustration about your narcissistic partner's behavior. They will often counter with things like, "If you really love me, you wouldn't be trying to control me." Or they might say, "Why are you getting upset about this? Don't you see everything I do for you? Don't you appreciate all the things I do to make this relationship work?" Number four is minimizing your concerns. Narcissists are masters of invalidation, making you constantly doubt the validity of your feelings and concerns. And they have a number of ways to do this. For example, let's say you express feeling hurt over a critical comment they made, and they respond with, "Well, at least I didn't cheat on you like your ex did. You should be grateful for that." So they downplay your concerns by making comparisons. Or let's say you express feeling hurt by their dismissive remarks, and they respond with, "You're overreacting. It's not that big of a deal. Why are you always making a mountain out of a molehill?" Or maybe you just get an eye roll, a huge sigh, like you're such an annoyance for bringing up your trivial concerns. Which, by the way, if you said or did the exact same things to them, it would be the end of the world. Number 5 is shaming you and blaming all of the relationship issues on your past trauma. A narcissist loves to shift blame, and one of their favorite ways to do this is to suggest that your past trauma and unresolved issues are the real cause and the only cause for all of the problems in the relationship. So let's say when you bring up the concern about your girlfriend spending a lot of time with a male colleague, and she may say something like, "Oh my God, he's just a friend. You really need to work on your trust issues. It's not my fault that you're so insecure." Or she may say, "You should get therapy to deal with your trust issues and your past trauma." And maybe you do have some trust issues that you need to deal with. But when your partner is using your vulnerabilities to dismiss your concerns and framing everything that goes wrong in the relationship as being your fault and essentially shaming you for having fears, insecurities, and for wanting to talk about these concerns, it is not healthy. If you're finding this content helpful, please take a moment to like, comment, subscribe. It helps my channel as well as others who could benefit from hearing this information. Number 6 is they question your emotional intelligence. This is when they avoid discussing issues by belittling your mental or emotional capacity. So they may say things like, "You just don't get it," or "You don't have the emotional capacity to understand what I need," or "If I have to tell you what I need, then it doesn't even count." So the issue again becomes about you and your shortcomings, making you feel inadequate for not being able to anticipate and meet their ever-changing needs and expectations. And interestingly enough, there probably is zero discussion or concern about your needs and no desire to work towards making sure you are getting what you need in the relationship. Number 7 is gaslighting, and I won't go into great detail about this because I've created several videos on this topic, which you can watch by clicking on the link above. So, gaslighting can happen in many, many ways, some of which I've already touched on. But the basic premise of gaslighting is that they are subtly distorting reality or denying facts in order to manipulate you into doubting your own perceptions, memories, and even your sanity. So let's say you confront your narcissistic partner about something specific that they said. They might deny it and say, "I never said that," or "You're making things up." Or they may admit to saying it, but introduce a completely different interpretation of what they said, maybe accusing you of being paranoid, always taking things personally or taking it the wrong way, never giving them the benefit of the doubt, and so on. Number 8 is threatening to abandon you. Now, this is a big one, and in fairness, your relationship problems may get to a level where you need to have discussions about whether to dissolve the relationship. However, if you find yourself repeatedly subjected to threats of abandonment during arguments or whenever you attempt to communicate your needs or address important issues, it does warrant serious consideration. If fear of your partner leaving prevents you from speaking your mind, expressing your needs, showing up authentically, working towards resolving relationship issues and communicating concerns, it's important to realize that this is toxic. Number 9 is the silent treatment. Narcissists love walking away from you, refusing to engage in any conversations about things that matter to you, making it clear that they will decide if, when, and what will be discussed, often leaving you to ruminate and having no healthy way to express your needs and feelings. Number 10 is temper tantrums and rage episodes. If you try to discuss a problem and you stay on point and they can't get in control of the conversation, they may display emotional reactions that are completely disproportionate to the situation. They may start raging and getting emotionally out of control. This may be an effort to elicit a negative response from you. It may be to shut you down. They are conditioning you to work hard to avoid their angry outbursts. You will learn that trying to stand up for yourself is just too draining and you never get anywhere anyway. So instead, you start walking on eggshells. And to learn more about walking on eggshells, just click on the link above. And of course, if all else fails and they're caught red-handed or you're not letting them off the hook, they may jump back into victim mode, reminding you of all of their traumas. They may try to pull on your empathy strings, your promises to never leave. They may go back to idealization or love bombing tactics, trying to give you false hope as you're reminded of, either the good times or the promises you made. These toxic communication tactics ensure that the real issues are never addressed or resolved. You just keep going around and around in the same circles. The reality is, when dealing with a narcissist, you will likely find that as you start asserting yourself authentically and courageously with new tools to set boundaries and communicate respectfully, the situation and relationship often deteriorates quickly, and it can result in either an emotional abandonment or a complete discard. So, if you consistently find yourself unable to resolve issues or express your needs, then you need to question why you're in this relationship and seek help from a coach or counselor who can help you get your power back. Because let's just say the narcissist is not going to hand your power back on a silver platter. If you're unsure about whether or not you're dealing with a narcissist, then you might want to check out the video that I linked above. If you found this video helpful, again, I'd really appreciate it if you could take a moment to like, comment, subscribe, as this helps my content get out there to others, people like you who need it.